Hello, Michal here, and I'm sending you a regards from my favorite pond over here. And I usually get the inspiration to record the videos when I'm outside in nature. And when I get home, I very rarely want to sit by a computer, so I will just record the video right here, so you have at least some content, because I know it's been some time since I recorded something and published it, and there was a good reason for that, just because I needed a lot of space for myself to heal, to process, to integrate. Just like you have a period of exhale and then you follow by period of inhale, the same applies in a bigger scale also during these cycles. When you express something and then you kind of run out of ideas, or maybe you need something more information, more energy, more inputs, more experience, and then you kind of go back to your and so you can start all over again. So even though I had a lot of material prepared for you, I stopped and I needed to take care of myself first. Anyway, I wanted to share this video with you because I thought that it would be cool for you to hear some of the stories when you start living consciously the things that I'm teaching, following the Sasani formula, following your highest excitement, joy, passion to the best ability you can take it no further with zero insistence and assumption on what the outcome should look like, and no matter what happens, take everything positively, then the life will start being almost like magic for you, and it will start manifesting and surprising you what everything can happen and how, and you don't have anything under control physically, your higher self does, but you just basically follow how it unfolds and have fun. So I thought that I would just share my story, one of my stories, for inspiration, that is very recent, so you can see how exactly it can look like. And if you remember, in December there was the winter solstice, and I was sharing, I'm not sure if I was sharing it on YouTube, but I was definitely sharing with some of you that there was an acceleration going on in splitting of the prisms of parallel realities. I think that I did one meditation on that topic as well to help you with that. And it was like if we were seeding or planting a seed, and then the ETs were saying, and about half year from now, just about now, you would start seeing the results of that. So as you can see, there is still quite a delay between the original intention and when we start seeing the results of the manifestation. So it can be faster in some instances, but on the larger scale it can still take some time, half year. It's still a little bit delayed. So basically what I was doing at that time was I was seeding the love and compassion, and one of my practices almost every day is that I do my set of affirmations. I think that I already shared in my meditations that are in my channel some of them, and in those I say things like I'm safe, I'm healthy, I'm happy, and so on. And the statement I am safe is a very important one. You can notice that I never say I am protected, because I have a completely different perspective on the idea of safety. When you need to protect yourself, then you need to basically, you are creating the counterpart for you, right? So you have something to protect against. So I don't want to create something to protect against. I just want to be safe, and then it works. So when I work with this way, I am safe, then I also love how this doesn't leave anything out. So I don't have to think about, oh, I need to protect against that and that and that and that, and if you forget about something, then something else will hit over you. So this is a very powerful affirmation that I would like to recommend. I am safe, and feel into it. and imagine how it feels and how it looks like, and be there and live it. And how this manifested right now, very lately, was there was a thunderstorm, a big one.
Now this is a look of the devastation from the CTV News chopper. You can see trees are flattened, extensive damage to properties. A lot of people we've been speaking with today say it's a miracle that no one was seriously hurt when this happened Saturday afternoon. Efforts continue to restore power. At this point, officials can't provide a timeline on when power will be fully restored.
And it was, I don't know how big it was. If it was like half of Ontario, which is very, very big. And the winds were reaching 130 kilometers per hour, so strong one. And there was a lot of damage. The trees were broken. I'm sharing some of the pictures for you. Really strong trees with big trunks were just knocked down like if they were matches. So it was pretty bad. In some parts of Canada, they might still be without power, internet, and communication, as they are still recovering from that. But anyway, my point is that the way how I experienced it was I didn't even know about it. And that's how the synchronistic life is working. It's gonna guide you by coincidences, quote unquote, into places so you are always safe, if that's what you are creating. So you have joy and fun. And while the storm was raging, we were basically on a vacation by a lake, and we were on a beach, and we had beautiful weather, basically perfect weather for any vacation. We had slightly cast sky for hiking and biking, and we had then sun on the beach, so we could go into water. And yes, there was like one thunder in the end of the first day, and slight rain overnight, but that was it. We didn't know anything, and in fact I never saw the lakes this calm as I saw it there. It was almost like a mirror, and it is like a huge lake, right? These are the Great Lakes of Canada, which is you don't see the other side of the lake. So it was quite shocking, to be honest, when we came home and suddenly we saw the damage, like what happened here. And then we were discussing it with our neighbors. We saw the trees fallen down, and we were like, wow, like we were really lucky that we were not here, or but we didn't even know about it, or nobody got hurt. And we started just observing what is happening. And then when I came home, suddenly we looked out the window, and there was this huge linden that I really loved, that tree, that was fallen down. But the cool part was it fell on the other side, away from our home. So again, coincidence, right? There were all fallen trees in all kinds of directions, but all of them fell away from the houses. And it wasn't just in one direction, it was in all kinds of directions. And especially the one that was just behind our home, yeah, if it had fallen on the other side, then it would just squish our home. And we would come to a broken house, but we didn't. We were safe, and nobody got hurt in our neighborhood. I don't know about the other ones, I don't have information, so maybe there was more damage, but yeah. And one idea that I would like to share on top of all of that is sometimes we appreciate the things only when we have them, and then we lose them. And if you want to practice the gratitude and really get into the states of the higher vibration, practicing the gratitude is a very, very important step to do. And this situation can be a beautiful example how you can take advantage of that, and how you can take it positively, and how you can be grateful not only for the things that happened, but also for the things that didn't happen. Like, for example, the tree that didn't squish my house. So that's another invitation from me for you that you can take advantage of. and just start thinking about all the things that you can be grateful for. Even if you can find nothing positive that happened, you can definitely find a lot of things that are positive that didn't happen. So there is always something to be grateful for. So that's what I wanted to share, how it can literally manifest. That if you remember, the ETs were saying for the years 2020 and forward to stay in the eye of the storm, literally, that the splinters can be flying around, and if we really stay in our center and creating what we prefer, then it doesn't have to affect us, that we will be safe. And that's also what the glass wall of the splitting prism of the parallel reality is just allowing us, that we can be engaged as much as we want and we will not be harmed. And this is how it can work. And then, yes, of course, if you start working with the symbolism as well, then you can take it to the next level as well. Like, okay, what does a tree symbolize to me, and how did it fall, or where did it fall, and why did it fall? You know, things that came interesting to me was the trees were generally breaking very low. They were not breaking high above the ground as you would expect. Some of them were completely derooted, and some of them almost looked like if they didn't have any roots, and if the roots were somehow rotten or something, they broke very low to the ground. And if you think about the symbolism of that, then for me, I interpreted it as a message to really work on grounding and to connecting to our roots. Because then if we are not grounded, if we are not rooted, if we are not connected to earth well enough, then a wind blows and it can knock you down. So that's what I wanted to share with you, just as some ideas of how this work with energies, with the manifestation in a more conscious way, how it can look like. So I hope that you find this inspiring, because I find this very, very positive and very motivating when I see the proofs of my work manifesting physically as well. And then I just like, wow. Well, if it happened only once, I would think, okay, just a coincidence. But this kinds of stuff keeps happening to me all the time. And I just decided that I will start sharing some of those stories, at least some of the big ones with you as well, so you can see, nope, it's not an accident. There is a significant work behind it, and I'm very, very happy that I can see the fruit of my creations, of what I've been working on. So if you have any stories like that as well, feel free to share with me in the comment below, and I would love to hear and empower more and more people as well. So I wish you a beautiful day again from this beautiful pond, and namaste. Bye bye.